Hello everybody and welcome to week 3 of Social Science for Elementary Teachers. I want to take a moment to go through your expectations and requirements for week 3. So you'll see my screen is on content, week 3, and it gives you an overview up here at the top. I'll post this video here as well too. So for this week, you're going to continue in world history. And you're going to be using everything you need to ace World History book and the 240 tutoring modules again this week. So please note that there is a weekly assignment sheet here. When you click on that link, it will bring you to that weekly assignment sheet, which will give you an overview and reminder of what's required. So let's take a look at that. From last week, you had 2 modules on 240 tutoring. This week, you're going to complete that 3rd module from World History, the 1945 through Modern World History module. So for that, again, you're going to complete that by watching all videos, reading all text, going through those flip charts or flashcards, and then taking the quiz there. And remember, those quiz grades are recorded as a grade, so it's important for you to do your best on those. And just a reminder, you can retake those as many times as you want to get your grade to where you'd like it to be. Also, in your Everything You Need to Ace World History book, you are going to be reading Units 7 and 8. So Units 7 and 8 here will be the era of imperialism and world conflicts in the early 20th century. So you'll have 2 assignments from that. For Unit 7, you're going to be creating a Powtoon. If you're not sure how to create a Powtoon, you can click on this Powtoon link for information. And then for Unit 8, you'll be using a cause and effect document to go through some of the parts and pieces of Unit 8, chapters 36 through 39. So down here is just a reminder of those things. This shows you that you're working on that 1945 to Modern World History module for this week. All flashcards, quizzes, and videos and text for that. Then again, Chapter 7, you're going to be reading, Unit 7, you're going to be reading chapters 31 through 35 over the era of imperialism. Here's a link for you to create a Powtoon account. If you're not sure what Powtoon is, it's a little cartoon animation software. It's free. You can sign up for free right here on this account, and then you'll be able to make your own little animated Powtoon, and you're going to be covering the basis for what you see in the main ideas. So here's your requirements for that Powtoon. Click on this link, and it will tell you what you need to cover. When you get into the area of imperialism, here are things that I'd like you to cover in your Powtoon. So notice it says choose a template you'd like to use. You're going to use your Powtoon to review the main ideas of imperialism. You're required to review these, but they don't have to be in this order. So your Powtoon will start with the title slide, your name, the name of the unit, which is the Age of Imperialism or Unit 7. Each Powtoon segment, so for each of these things, you need to have a 3-sentence summary of the topic, a key person, phrase, or vocabulary word associated with the topic. So that's a good place to review your vocab or your leaders. And then your entire Powtoon has to have a summary slide at the end. What should we know about the Age of Imperialism or Unit 7? What are your main takeaways? So here are your 9 required slides, and then you'll have a summary slide at the end with your summary, and then you'll have a title slide at the beginning with your name. So 11 slides in this Powtoon. And please let me know if you have any questions about that. This is a great opportunity for you to use a new tool to put that in your toolbox as an educator, but also to review for Unit 7. For Unit 8, you're going to be using a graphic organizer. Back to your Powtoon, you're going to paste your shared Powtoon in a discussion post. And the reason for that is I want you to be able to look at other people's. If you're having a hard time understanding what to do here, if you want to compare yours to others, please take a look at other people's. Obviously, yours shouldn't be exactly like anybody else's, but it's always good to look and see what other people's are doing. So when you share that to your discussion post, make sure it's made public so that we can see it. Click in it and make sure that everybody else can see it too. For Unit 8, World Conflicts in the Early 20th Century, Unit 8, you're going to find something that's caused either conflict or resolution, and we're going to talk about cause and effect. So when you do this unit, you're going to be using this document here. When you click into it, It's going to bring you to a graphic organizer where you make a copy and add your name. And when you get in there, it's going to show you some of the topics that you need to address. These are big topics on that praxis test. So this is a really important time for you to consider what caused some of these things and what were the effects. So for example, for World War I, you would have 5 things here, but cause 1 should have effect 1. Cause 2 should have effect 2. And I give you an example up here. The idea of nationalism began to spread through Europe. Countries wanted to have their own cultures and identity. They fought for foreign colonies, had access to military arms and weapons, and made alliances with other countries. That's a cause. What that did, or the effect was, that countries wanted to function independently and did not want to be ruled by others. They were willing to fight to keep their identities. So that's an example. So you're going to do 5 each for these topics. From Unit 8, World War I, the Great Depression, political shifts after the war, and World War II. So keep that in mind as you're going. There's no necessarily required right or wrong there, but just be able to support your cause and effect connections there. And that, you are going to upload your document to Dropbox. So that's going to go in Dropbox. Make sure that your document is in shareable public view so that I can click on it and see what you've done there. So you have those 2 units from the book and then 1 unit from 240 tutoring. So if we go back out here, just a reminder, here's where that Powtoon discussion topic is, where you will click and share your link to your Powtoon. And here's the Dropbox for that cause and effect from Unit 8. As always, if you have any questions about this, please let me know. Otherwise, have a fantastic week.